We'll now continue our discussion of section 6.2, looking at trigonometric functions of acute angles using your calculator. Before we begin, we want to take a specific look at the calculator and note a couple of conditions that must be met. One thing that you want to keep in mind with your calculator is that the calculator has two mode settings, one for degrees and one for radians. Both of these can be accessed through the mode button here on your calculator. So right now my calculator is set in radians. So if I was working a problem where the angle was in terms of radians, I would be good to go. If, however, I was working a problem where the angle setting was in degrees, I would need to change that. So I would use my arrow keys to go down and highlight the word degree. And when the cursor is blinking on the word degree, I can then press enter and it would switch the mode to degrees. Now keep in mind that I'm showing you this on a TI-83 Plus, but the steps on a TI-84 or a TI-89 are very similar. The second thing you want to be aware of is that the calculator only has buttons for sine, cosine, and for tangent. So if, for example, you were evaluating a problem for a cotangent, then you would have to enter that problem in as 1 divided by tangent, because remember that 1 divided by tangent is the same thing as cotangent because it is a reciprocal. Let's go ahead and look at a couple of examples. So our first example asks us to use our calculator to evaluate the expression sine 56.4 degrees. So the first thing that I need to do is check my mode and be sure that I am in degrees, which I am. Then I can enter the problem in. So I can press the sine key, the 56.4, and close the parenthesis. Pressing enter gives me an answer of 0.8329. Let's try part B. Part B is asking us for a cotangent. So again, remember that we're going to have to use our reciprocal function in order to plug this in. So we are going to enter it in as 1 divided by tangent. And when we get to the 5 pi over 11, we realize that that is radians. So I'm going to go real quick back to my mode. I am going to change that to radians by going down to highlight the word radian and press enter. And then I can press the second button and the quit key. And then we're ready to finish up the problem. We'll type in 5. We'll get our pi, which is going to be accessed through the second key. So second and the pi divided by 11. And close your parenthesis. Pressing enter gives us our answer of 0.1438. So again, when you're using your calculator, two things to be cautious of. One is the degree versus the radian mode. Be sure that you are in the right setting. And second, be able to use your reciprocal function to evaluate a trig function that is not a sine, cosine, or tangent.